Hey kids! Today I'm so excited. This showed up in the mail a couple days ago and I have been using it and I love it. This is my new favorite palette. Okay, this is Menagerie Cosmetics and this is the Referral palette. I always mispronounce that. I just can't get it right. Anyways, it's stunning. So let's go through how this arrived. I ordered it and it says it takes like a couple of weeks. Well, it was like 2.5 weeks. So it is a little bit longer, but it is an independent cosmetics company. And it's worth it. It is so worth it. I've been stalking this palette for a while. Beauty News had talked about it on their channel. I'll link them below. They're amazing. That's where I get all my beauty news. And I started stalking this palette. And the price of the palette went up and down and up and down and up and down. And it finally got to a point where it was $29. I think that's because they came out with a new palette. So this one isn't their latest and greatest. So this is the first palette I've bought from them. And I love the shadows so much. They're just so amazing. But let's go through it. So I ordered. It took about 2.5 weeks to get here. It showed up in a little box like this. About that deep. You opened it up and it had nice green paper, kind of representative of the palette. It was in really thick bubble wrap. And the box itself was just a plain green box that said Referral on it. On the back it has ingredients and it has, it's very detailed. Okay. The palette itself. Now I have to admit, I'm a packaging girl. I love when things are packaged beautifully. And looking at this package, oh, it's stunning. See if we can get a really good look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It is so amazing. I just, whoever did this deserves the credit for it. Yeah, just, it's very much me. It's very much wild with little fairies. So, let's cover up the mirror. It has it has a big mirror in it, but this side is coming up right here. So I was kind of disappointed in that. You can see it's all coming up. The packaging feels so heavy, but it's really not that well made. I mean, you could just peel that completely off if you wanted to. So I'm gonna try and glue that back down. Okay. This is what the palette looks like. And it is so beautiful. This is like kind of like a green palette, but I never use the greens. I know. When I'm using a palette like this, I do not use the greens. The reason I don't use the greens is because I have green eyes. So my green eyes kind of replace the green in the palette. But I like getting palettes that do have a little bit of green because then I know it's complementary to my eyes. I've especially enjoyed this mustard color right here and this purple color right here. The mustard color is called Night Eyes and this is called Alone. I do know that earlier, kind of the history of this palette is that these two colors right here, these two in the upper corner, were more paler colors, you know, like a brow bone and a really light blending, and people complained, so they changed them to these colors. Personally, I would have been okay with the other two colors, but I know that if you had the other two colors in your original palette, that if you contacted them, they would send you these two for free, and you wouldn't have to pay for shipping or anything. They would just send you these two. And from what I've heard, and I have not tried it, that these are magnetic and they pop out really easy. So In my opinion, the star of this palette is the mattes. I've not had good luck with the shimmers. Whatever, you know, mattes. They're beautiful. So let's get down to numbers. It's currently $29. I will link it below. Once you see it, it's beautiful. You have to buy it. Shipping is $5.95. And I think at some point you get free shipping, but I didn't want anything else. I just wanted that palette because I'd never tried the company. It is an independent company, so it's not like you can go someplace and swatch it. So I started with the one palette. At this point, I want everything, but I'm trying to control myself because I just did my inventory. I'll link that above up here. Trust me, more makeup than I will use. So the total was $34.95, and my goal this year is to use more than I spend. So with all of my hauls and all of my empties all counted together, right now at this point I have, or my previous point, I had spent $189.46 more than I had used. Now with this palette, my new total is spending $224.41 more than I have used. Oops. But that's not an outrageous number. I can still make that up. I can still use more than that. No problem. The problem that's scaring me is we're in the middle of 21 Days of Beauty. Already made 2 orders. Thinking about a 3rd. So, anyways, if you've tried Menagerie Cosmetics, please let me know what is good. Is it all good? Is it just this palette that's good? I'm really interested because that palette is amazing. It blends so good. I mean, the blending is just, and it never muddies or anything. It's beautiful. Just stunning. So, hit like, hit subscribe, and join me on my makeup journey. And I'll see you next time. Bye!